Hey, how's it going, Old School RuneScape? And welcome to a quick spotlight at all that's been happening with the game as of late. Starting back on July 25th, we saw the release of Song of the Elves. Introducing the new Grandmaster Quest, Skilling Boss, and solo minigame The Gauntlet, Song of the Elves has been a massive success. And some quick stats for you, we've seen just under 50,000 quest completions, over 400,000 Gauntlet completions with a best time of 3:12, over 70,000 corrupted Gauntlet completions with a best time of 4:45, nearly 500,000 Volcano kills with a best time of 1 minute 2 seconds, over 1.3 million agility course laps with a best time of 1 minute 4 seconds, and over 50,000 crystal implings caught. Safe to say you guys have been loving the content so far. Now, Song of the Elves aside, let's take a look at this week's updates, as we've got general quality of life improvements this week, including the addition of marble lecterns and player-owned houses. Clue Scroll reward caskets saw a graphical change to their tier color. Fishing trawlers seen a few quality of life improvements. You can now replay the Song of the Elves cutscenes and Fragment of Siren encounter. The Elven Trader and Essulet have been added to Nightmare Zone after completion of the quest. You can now store the new RD Knight armor in your player-owned house. The Singing Crystal interface in the Gauntlet has had a rework. And the Grand Library has been optimized to help with your frame rate. Now, at the bottom of this blog, you might have noticed the announcement of the line of sight beta. As for the last 15 years, the way the algorithm calculated the line of sight in Old School was not symmetrical, meaning that a player might be able to range or mage their target without the target having the line of sight to range or mage them back. We'd like to fix this, and we'd like your help. So if you'd like to, feel free to hop into the beta and give us any feedback you can. Following that, it's all about player versus player, as we've put out a new blog on Bounty Hunter and PvP. And this blog is much too in-depth to summarize in this video, but I'll go through a few points. The proposed Bounty Hunter rework overhauls many features of Bounty Hunter, including a new point system, player bounties, the Bounty Hunter store, emblems, and more. These changes will seriously spice up your Bounty Hunter experience. Now be sure to give it a good read, as we'd like to host a beta to test the proposed changes before they make their way into the game. As for PvP changes, the Granite Maul's special attack will be changed from 50% to 60%, with an upgrade item to be introduced that can be attached to the Maul, reducing its special attack back down to 50%. This upgrade item will be available from the Bounty Hunter store for 1.25 million points, and if the item isn't protected, it'll be converted into 375,000 coins, and the Granite Maul will be lost. The Din's Bulwark is the next item to be looked at. We've listened to your feedback, and we've proposed reducing its magic defense bonus from +18 to 0. Bind, Snare, and Entangle are the free spells on the standard spellbook. Currently, their freeze times are halved if the opponent is using Protect from Magic. In response to your feedback, we're going to remove this condition. It's also been requested that we make Snare and Entangle free to play, but as there are concerns that Entangle would be too strong, we'll only make Snare available to non-member players. Imbued God Capes will be changed to behave as other untradables do, by becoming broken on death or when dropped in PvP. And finally, we'd like to test adjusting the way magic defense is calculated in Old School. These adjustments can be tested in betas, such as the upcoming Last Man Standing beta, or the future Bounty Hunter beta. And speaking of Last Man Standing, we've put out an in-depth blog discussing the new rewards we'll be polling from August 16th to August 21st. If you're a fan of the minigame, you'll definitely want to give this one a read. That aside, RuneFest 2019 is on the way. With the Golden Gnome nominations closing earlier this month, you might have heard we've dedicated the entirety of October the 4th to the Golden Gnome Awards ceremony. And the official RuneFest 2019 merchandise is now available for pre-order via the link below, of course with tickets if you haven't got those yet. So let's have a look at what the community's been up to lately. Starting with some fan art from Dagny titled "Remember Killing Your First Rat." Up next, Snowman519 states he might have misunderstood his local cosplay convention when they said they needed more guards. And we can't not mention this, Hey Jace has become the second ever player to achieve 200 mil in all stats. What an accomplishment. So there you have it, you're now filled in with all things Old School RuneScape as of late, and with that being said, well, thank you for watching and we'll catch you next time.